PFD Studios, made by the Hall of Fame master cuemaker from Connecticut, of course, Mr. Paul Drexler. This one is signed under the butt cap as a 1 of 1. There it is, 1 of 1 PFD Studios, dated 8 of 02. This is a really good catch for a great price with everything considered here. Really, really, really cool cue. Again, made by a Hall of Fame cue maker who builds some very good quality cues. Paul has worked on some monsters, some double-headed monsters. He actually, at one point, Paul Drexler was building cues for the Sultan of Brunei, or the Sultan of Brunei's brother. He's had stuff, obviously, in several magazines. Paul has won every award that you could possibly win, and then some. He's just a very, very, very awarded cue maker. He's been around for a long time, and there's plenty of great players that will attest to the fact that Mr. PFD, or Paul Drexler, makes a really good plain cue. Now, this one right here, again, was made in 2002. There's a couple things I'm going to point out to you here. It is priced to sell. Now, first of all, that is an all-natural white joint right there. Of course, you can see it's got the unilock quick release. I always look everything over really thoroughly. There is a mark right here in the finish. You're not going to see it real good on camera, but it's right around like here and then down. I've tried to wipe it off. It's not wiping off. You guys know that we don't work on cues here. If I get a cue in and I feel like a cue needs to have any type of work done to it, we'll send it off before we list it or sell it. And if we do sell anything that has a couple of minor issues, we're always going to point them out to you. I personally think that would actually buff out, but in any event, I'm pricing it to sell with all information and all everything here accounted for. So all considered, I should say. So just a mark right there in the finish. It's not a dent. It's not a ding. Looks like almost like a scuff just in the finish right there. I'll tell you something. I cannot say for sure, but I am almost positive that forearm wood is some type of a Rosewood Burl. How about that with those long, straight ebony points? You've got 4 very long, very straight points. The thing about Paul's work is it's very, very, very clean. I don't know what Paul's current wait list is right now, but I'll tell you one thing, you're not getting a cue in a hurry from Paul. Him and his wife up there in Connecticut who work together, they are always working off of a long wait list, and you're going to spend, really good money to get your hands on a PFD, let alone one that has this material. So again, natural white joint, natural white inlays, rings, and all the inlays in the butt sleeve here, which is ebony, by the way, and then you've got the natural white inlays, and then the butt cap, all natural white there too. The other second thing here, and it's really the only thing that I could find, there is a very small chip right there at the bottom of the butt cap. It's really kind of hard to see unless you go in close, but there you go. Just full transparency, not a big deal. You could have that filled in and have it cleared over. We are selling the cue as is and shown, and it's a really good price for what you're getting here for a Hall of Fame cue or Hall of Fame cue maker on a really, really nice cue. I have not seen one like this. I've seen a lot of Paul's work, and I've not seen one like this. Again, 1 of 1. 1 of 1. Cue looks really good in person. I always try to give you guys and gals a good, accurate description of what I'm seeing, what I'm feeling. I have not played with this cue, but I know based on what I've experienced before, they always have a nice, solid hit to them. This cue has a really good forward balance to it. That is a genuine double E wrap. I like this particular type of wrap. It doesn't have the big kind of markings in it and so on and so forth. It's kind of a smooth texture. Very, very, very good wrap. I've heard these wraps will last forever and a day practically. The butt weight is 15.3 ounces. Look at that, made in 2002. Again, 8 of 02, no variation at all. That means the wood is not moved. You can tell the cue's been constructed well. Paul, I should say, excuse me, is a big proprietor and supporter of the coring methods on cues. I know that his construction is really good. I know some really high-end collectors that have some monster PFDs, but again, I've also talked to pros, especially people on the East Coast. Not that his work isn't known all over the world, because he's built for royalty and all kinds of different people, but a lot of people, those good players on the East Coast, can tell you flat out, all around that area, Connecticut, New York, PFD Studios, baby, right there. Again, ebony butt sleeve with all that natural white inlay work in it. Both of the shafts are nice and clean, especially for the age. This came out of a high-end collection. This will make for a great player for somebody. Those are 4-ounce shafts. One is 13 mil, one is 12.43. So besides the little mark that I showed you guys in the finish right there, then there looks like there's a mark in the joint, but you can't feel anything. It's just the way that the grain and everything is right there. You can see that right there. I'm pointing that out to you as I feel it. You feel nothing but smooth finish right there, okay? There's that small mark right there. You got the little chip in the bottom of the butt cap right there that any of us could do after playing with the cue for a while. Although, I will admit, I have seen some stuff come in on trade, and I feel like some of you are naughty little boys and girls with your cues. Stop bumping them against the table. Get yourself a nice cue rack or some nice cases and take care of your cues. You can do anything you want with them when they're yours. That's just my matter of opinion. I play with all my stuff, and I tend to keep them nice. You're investing good, hard-earned money. Take care of your cues. Don't let the kids jam them up against the wall. Okay, so again, you've got 2 4-ounce shafts, 13 millimeter, and then 12.43. There is no overseas shipping on this cue because of the material, and we are restricted depending on what state that you live in as well. So there you go, PFD Studios being sold for a really good discounted price. With all the material and this being a 1 of 1, I could be at least $1,000 higher on this cue. Paul's stuff is not easy to get, and people just tend to hang on to them. So there you go. It'll be loaded to the website, crossroadcues.com. If you have any questions, give me a call, send us an email. If you need financing, check out the financing options. Make sure you like, follow, and share our Facebook page, Crossroad Cues Gallery page, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crossroad Cues. Thanks for taking a peek. crossroadcues.com.